Welcome back to PSA TV. This is the Wake Up Call here with me, Christy Kali Singh, and on set I've got with me the founder of AV Concepts. It's a well-rounded production house, if I may say, lighting, sound, everything that you need for an event.
Yes.
And we were just talking about some of the challenges you face in your field. You made mention of one thing in particular, training.
Yes.
What do you think now can be probably done from, let's say, the higher-ups, let's say government, for instance, to, ensure that those coming into this field could be, well equipped to now come out there and do what is required of them?
I think probably like doing courses or making courses available at the higher institutions.
Yeah.
That would create a lot of avenues for someone who is willing to come into the industry.
Yeah, because I mean, if a small man, for instance, an ordinary guy, if he wants to step into this industry, but now, qualifications, he needs to go abroad to study, first of all, that is an expense. And then when he comes back, I mean, the field is already, how does the field itself?
It's starting to really start saturated, Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Because I would say everyone wants to get into the business. Everybody wants to be a DJ, everybody wants to be a songman.
Oh yes, and you yourself, you're a DJ as well.
Yeah, so with that influx and equipment is getting cheaper because you can walk down by a store or a variety store and get a light and put it up and say then you're a light man. But it depends on how you're going to use that fixture that you have now to make it really work and create an effect.
Yeah.
How it's supposed to be done. That's the type of training that needs to be done with persons that's coming.
Yeah. And I mean to say, like, people now, they'd obviously favor something that is cheaper versus, we don't really look for quality anymore. Not everybody, of course.
True.
But whatever is cheaper, that's what you'll go towards. Economically speaking, though, is it something that you don't regret getting into?
No, I don't regret. Yeah.
So if you had to do it all over, you would certainly.
I will do it again. Yeah.
Is there any additions or is there any takeaways you might do?
Well, in my industry, there's always additions. Yeah, always additions.
Because I know you were saying that you were trying to take on, was it designing?
So presently we are now doing designs and executions. So that's, if you're a corporate company, you come to us, you tell us, say for instance, there was the Dream Big Expo and TIC Expos. We executed booths there where companies came to us, they had something in mind, and then we'll take that idea and develop it into a space, a working space.
Yeah. Okay.
And then execute it at the event. So
some busy times ahead.
Yeah. So at the last expo at the TIC, we designed and built a studio there that radio stations broadcasted from for the entire 3-day.
Okay. Very, very interesting stuff there. But how do you balance, your work with your personal life, with everything else that comes with it?
Balancing work and personal time, because I'm the owner of AV Concepts, I don't think there's something balancing personal time and work though, because I am personally always striving for better for the company, because a reflection of the company is a reflection of me.
Yes.
And what I want to see the company do, that is where I'll put my time and effort in.
Why lights though? Why did you start off with lights though? Like, I know you said you came from you're a civil engineer by nature, academically speaking, that is. But why lights? Why nothing else but lights?
I wanted to do something different. I am a DJ. I started off as DJing, sold out equipment, bought equipment, sold out equipment, went to engineering, did engineering, and I just wanted to do something different. So bought some lights and research, training myself, going out there, asking questions, trying to get more training again, and just looking at how things is done, researching. And yeah, there's it, lighting. From lighting, it grew into having me buy sound equipment. From sound equipment, then everything just went crazy after that.
And here you are today,
Yes.
a proud owner and founder of AV Concepts. What is your advice for younger persons who may want to get into that field?
My advice is, if you want to do it, you need to make sure that's your passion, what you really want to do, because it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of sleepless nights, long hours, not eating on time, not drinking on time. Yeah, and just put your mind to it. Once you put your mind to it, yes, success is there.
What are,
Always
some
push
of the,
forward.
what are some of the pros and cons of your business, of your field?
The
Pros, I mean, you get to travel throughout the country.
yeah, you get to travel throughout the country, meet a lot of different type of persons, work with a lot of different type of persons. That's what I like about it also.
Okay.
When you go out there, you're always meeting new people. You work with different service providers. At every single job you go and work with some different service providers. So when you work with them now, you create that link with them,
Yeah.
and then from there you start getting more jobs,
Yeah,
different
you
jobs.
network
And
yourself.
the cons, I would say, probably like the ones that's now coming up. That's probably, I would say, trying to undercut and not providing a quality service.
Yeah.
That is the cons
Yeah.
of our business. Yeah.
Very interesting there. I just want to ask you your closing comments before we wrap things up.
Closing comments.
You know, you're someone who switched from corporate into entrepreneurship. How has that been, you know, and do you think that a lot of people should be involved in entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I would tell everyone who wants to get into it, make up your mind and get into it. Working for yourself is the greatest thing you can ever do. Working for yourself. I mean, there's a lot of work because I myself, I don't have time to do anything else other than meetings, site visits, meetings, work. That's my day. That's work.
So
work.
for those of you who are interested, can you just give us your social media handles? I know you don't
Yes.
have a website just yet.
Not yet.
But just give us your social media
All
handles.
right, it's AV Concepts TT on Instagram and Facebook.
All right. So I want to thank you so much for coming on this morning. I know you were here at a very early.
Yeah.
You know, it happens when you come from the east, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, thank you nonetheless. Thank you so
Welcome.
much. So we're gonna toss to. Right now, we're going to toss to another segment of Insights. It's a series that we've been doing here, basically highlighting how some of the public service members are dealing or are trying to survive with a salary of 2013 salary. So we have in this episode Miss Alicia Mark Batiste. So we're going to head to that right now. All right, stay with us. And welcome back to PSA TV on this good-looking Friday morning here in Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to you and yours, wherever you're joining us. This is the Wake Up Call with me, Christy Kalising, and on set, I've got with me the founder of AV Concepts, Mr. Nyron Dindial. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Christy.
And how are you this morning?
I'm good.
A very early morning.
Yes, I'm always early.
I mean, coming from the east, I'd imagine, you know.
Yeah, we cater for the traffic and that type of thing.
But does it really have much traffic though? I mean, school's out.
Yeah, sometimes I still experience some traffic.
And this morning you got a lot coming in?
Not much.
See,
well,
you could
because
have,
of the hour.
You should have left home later. A man of many hats.
Yeah.
You're an everything guy, like you just said.
Yeah.
So everything in terms of production. And as we all know, July is the month of, well, I don't want to say weddings alone, but it's where wedding really kicks off. It's wedding season
Yeah, it's
locally.
wedding season.
June, July, August per se. So tell us a little bit about your business first of all.
Okay, well, I'm CEO of AV Concepts. We founded in 2014, yeah. So we basically started off as a lighting company, and from there, lighting, we just started to grow and grow and grow into song, into stages, infrastructure, productions, that type of thing.
What would have led you to get involved in lighting in the first place?
Well, I'm a civil engineer
Right.
by, I would say, career.
Right.
Yeah, by the books.
Right.
I used to do engineering, work many places, and then probably like about 6 years ago, I actually got a job at the ministry. Yeah,
Okay.
That's Ministry of Rural Development.
Okay.
Back then, that was when it probably had a downturn in the economy, and then they started laid off persons. So when they started to lay off persons now, I just say, see this, before they lay me
Yeah.
off, I'm just gonna just resign and start something fresh.
So, I mean, stepping out of the corporate world into entrepreneurship, how was that switch for you?
I think it was easy for me because my background from my parents, we have always been in business.
Okay.
Yeah. So stepping into business by myself now, out of the corporate market,
Yeah.
it was easy for me.
You're in a very broad field, something where a lot of people may want to do but may not know how to do it exactly. How has that been for you so far?
It's been great. Yeah. In terms of the horizon that we cover, it's in my industry it's wide because
So from parties to private birthdays to
weddings,
events,
anniversaries, yeah, we even do funerals, yeah,
you have funeral,
and
you have
divorce
lightings.
parties also.
Wow, that's very interesting. There, I didn't even know there's something called a divorce
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
It's a celebration. Oh my gosh. But you know, July is, like I was saying, July is one of the months known for weddings.
Yes.
So, in terms of business, how has that been for you so far?
For the past 3 years, it's been growing steadily. I would say every year I'm doing probably in excess of, for the year itself, probably in excess of 200 weddings or more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the past year, there was a decline in weddings. Like this year in particular, there is a drop right now, but it's constant with me because of the amount of work we have.
Yeah.
I can't say, well, yeah, it's getting really bad for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I still maintain that quota that we need to set, that we set for ourselves.
Has the economic downfall affected or impacted your business in any way? Negatively or perhaps positively? Because I know day before when I interviewed the founder of Trinidad Weddings, Ms. Simone,
Yes.
she would have been saying, you know, that there's a flip side to it where people who are retrenched, they are now trying to, okay, let me get a certificate in events management and come across to this industry. But on the flip side, you have where people themselves aren't really putting out as much as they would have in the past for a wedding.
Yeah.
So, you know, is that the case with your business?
Yeah, because we are a service provider company.
Yeah.
Because we provide services, the market is getting a bit tougher because, as you said, there's a lot of people getting retrenched and that type of thing. Everyone is going to get a certificate in events or probably try to invest in equipment. But while investing in equipment, you also need to train yourself.
Yes.
And that is where we set our standards from the others because we train our staff. I train myself personally so that when we go out there, we know, well, we are providing a service that's high quality and their production is going to be, on point.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how does one become qualified to get into your field or your business, for instance?
Well, there's colleges that you can go. Locally, there isn't much other than theater productions.
Okay.
Yeah, you would get some event management courses also. But if you really want to go into entertainment, like per se lighting, entertainment lighting or sound production, that type of thing, to go overseas to earn those certificates.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But in terms of what we see currently occurring, is it always the case where people are actually qualified to get into the industry?
No, not necessarily. Because what they do, they normally, most of the guys in Trinidad locally, they normally reach that status from experience.
Right.
Yeah.
So they might have been working under a company,
another company,
they
and just
branch off.
moving, yeah.
Very interesting. How would you say your business has been performing over time?
Yeah, I've seen a
terms of
steady growth. Yes, steady growth, yeah.
And what keeps you in the business?
My passion, I love for it.
So you just love lights and production and everything that comes with it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, in our business, this industry, you need to love it, because if you don't love it, you're just going to find yourself just falling flat. Because the hours that we put in, people don't see that.
Walk me through a typical day of production. First of all, how many jobs would you get per day on a good day?
All right, on a good day, which is probably like a Saturday or Sunday, which is most of the weddings that we cater to. On a really good day, we'll probably do like 8 or 9 weddings on one Saturday or one Sunday.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
on a not so good day?
On a not so good day, we'll probably do like 2 weddings per day.
I know you were telling me that you all were booked up already.
Yeah, we are booked up for the entire July, August, September. Bookings for next year, 2020 already.
Oh, wow.
In place.
Very, very nice. That is very nice. But tell me, how does it work in terms of staff? How do you decide who you hire for your business?
Right. So in terms of hiring staff, normally what I do, because how I structure my company, I want someone who can learn.
Yeah.
Right? Even though you have the background experience, we teach you how we want it done at our company. So we have like a standard, and then we'll teach you that standard. So once you learn from that standard and start moving up, you know there's nothing below that standard.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of the entire industry itself, in terms of either lighting, production?
The favorite part? I would say everything, the finished product, yeah.
Okay.
Just the wow on people's faces.
Yeah. And so when you get out there, what is the first thing that you all would do in terms of setting up for production? How do you assess what you're going to do, what you're not going to do? Okay,
well, before we reach that stage, we normally do site visits. We encourage all bridegrooms, someone who's having an ordinary party. Yeah, we always do a site visit, get what they want, have an idea from there, and then we'll start to work on probably like themes, what you're gonna do, your caterers, your decor, everything. And then once all these people come into that meeting, then we start to see what was going to be happening throughout. And then on the day itself now, after that is finalized, all the vendors, probably if their event starts at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., all the vendors probably comes in from the day before, or probably 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And then start from there, prepping the place for the event itself.
Let's talk about prices a bit here.
Right.
It's something that a lot of people, I'm sure, are interested in knowing.
Yes.
How much does a production cost?
A production, well,
it depends on the
it
event.
Depends on the
I'm
event,
sure.
On how fast you want to go with yours.
So let's talk about weddings in particular, because there's I've been following weddings because we're in wedding season,
Okay.
and I know a lot of people have been, you know, wanting to know, well, how much does this cost? How much does, the business itself? First of all, do you have packages?
Yes, we do have packages. Our packages start from like 1,500 up.
Okay.
That's like basic lighting, and then moving up with special effects and that type of thing.
Okay.
However, we don't stick to that 1,500 budget because I would say 1,500, all right, you're just going to be doing some ambient lighting. But when you go to your venue is much smaller
Yeah.
than you catered for. So it may be less. Or you just say, all right, your venue is bigger.
So that would
Than,
cost
so
more.
that would increase the cost.
Yeah.
It also depends on your decorator, on the amount of stuff they're going to be doing.
So which means you now work hand in hand with
yes.
the decorators and the planners themselves.
Yes, so most of our business comes in through decorators and event coordinators. So yeah, they will contact us directly, and then they can tell us what they want, do site visits, and then we start to work hand in hand with these vendors, because as a lights person in that part of the business, you need to work with your decorator because you need to know what they want.
And plus color coordination as well.
Yes. Then you need to work with your bride and grooms.
Yeah.
Then you need to work with your camera guys, videographers. From there, sound. You need to work with sound. Then your caterers. So yeah, everybody just needs to work hand in hand
They need
in
to
order
have
to
a
get
hand
it done.
in it.
Yeah.
Very interesting there. In terms of the economy, because we've had a lot of retrenchments, like I've said before. Have you encountered any situations where perhaps a couple might come to you a long time before, and then they may have gotten laid off, and now it's a case where they can't get married, or they've asked you for a cheaper rate, anything like that?
Yes, actually we did. We did have a few where the shutting down, well, should I say shutting down, closing down of Petrotrin, yeah. We had a few weddings that was actually booked and was taking place at the Petrotrin Staff Club.
Wow.
And when that happened, just started getting calls upon calls. All right, you need to cancel, you need to probably move to a different venue, you need to scale down on the amount of stuff we're going to be doing. So we have passed through that,
But going forward, is there anything in place that, perhaps you might have like a particular package for people who may come in with a little, less finances than...
Yeah, so what we do, we tailor our packages to suit their client.
Do you do financing for them, or is it just like
no, we don't do financing. That's the only thing.
Okay, no. Well, I mean...
That's a lot of legal stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that goes into that part of it. So, yeah.
Do you miss the corporate world?
I would say sometimes yes, sometimes no.
I mean, you were once a public officer. Like I know you were here when Mr. Saunders was here as well.
Yeah.
He was talking a lot about how the importance of public officers.
Yeah.
Your time as, in the government ministry, you would have been in rural development?
Rural development,
right.
yes.
Your time there, what would you say are some of the things that you would have benefited then, and you may have increased the importance to yourself now?
Well, as a young person, I started off, as I say, from career driven, moving up to rural development, and basically from there it was just self-training and that type of thing, self-development, I would say. Yeah, so more than likely just self-development.
So you're somebody who always on the go, always learning.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the field where you have to do that.
Yeah, in this industry
because
you
with
need
lights
to.
comes technology.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting field.
Yeah, and then when they take into consideration of sound and then
sound
screens
is a whole next world.
Yeah, everything just works hand in hand and need to work together.
Yes.
For it to be done
and for
perfectly
those of you
how it's
who
supposed
don't know,
to be.
Nyron is a former classmate.
Yeah, classmate.
of mine. I think we owe a lot to Mr. Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Richard Balgobin.
Yes, yes. And speaking of production, he himself has gotten back into,
Yeah, he
you
has,
were just telling me the more visuals
yeah,
part of
he's
it.
more into visuals now, yes.
It's a field that has been slowly but surely growing in this country.
Yes,
How do
it
you deal
is.
with competitors?
Competitors.
Or do you have any competitors?
Right, so I would say no one is a competitor for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because what we do things differently. I don't consider another company as a competitor. We look at them as growths.
Okay, that is very nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Because people will think there is competition, but competitors is something different.
Yeah,
Because our competitors, we need to work with them.
true.
So you wouldn't consider
You're only
them.
in competition if you acknowledge
Yeah.
the fact that you're going against each other.
Yeah, but we are not going against each other because you may have sound and lighting company as me. You will get this job for the sound, I may get the job for the lighting,
Yeah.
but we still need to work hand in
Some
hand at the
point you need
venue.
to- yeah,
Yeah?
you're
So
absolutely
in
right.
this industry, there's nothing like
There's no
yeah,
room for it.
yeah, no room
for
for
it.
pulling and tugging and this, yeah.
What would you say is one of the events that stood out most to you?
Huh. Well, there's so many events.
Top one, the one that comes to the top of your brains.
There was one wedding production that we did at Petrotrin Staff Club in particular. That was probably like about 2 years ago. Yeah, that one still out the best. Yeah, we basically had to recreate the Hyatt in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
that one was
interesting.
that one
Very,
was
very
really stood out.
interesting. I would imagine in terms of the lighting aspect
Yeah.
and the stage.
Yeah, full production we did for that. Yeah, together with our decorators. we did
So
that.
again, you have to work hand in hand.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you face in your field?
Challenges. The challenges, I would say, I think is getting persons to work, right, and work how you want them to do our service, to provide our service for the clients. Yeah. I think that's one of the challenges that we face because, again, there's no avenue or schools directly training
Yeah. So now it's
staff.
about
So when they come into us, they have a slight knowledge, but we need to do extensive training with them in
Yeah.
order to get them up to the standard that
and
we
how long might be training go? I'd imagine it depends on
It
the
depends on
different
their
fields.
skill sets, yeah. So on their skill sets in terms of, like I have one guy working for me and he's an electrician. So he has a basic knowledge of electricity, but then we need to train him now how to operate a light,
yeah.
how to run a signal cable,
It's not everything.
that type
It's not
of.
a field that anybody could really get into.
I would not say so.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the average man can get into it
Okay.
once they
Properly
put
trained.
not trained, but put your mind to it
Okay.
and do your research. You will be able to learn it because that's how I learned. I was self-taught. Yeah, and then doing shows, going away, looking at productions. And there's always YouTube. YouTube is everything you need.
I think every person involved in sound or lighting, YouTube is
Yeah.
their Bible.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Very
Anything you need to know, that's it. Yeah.
All right. And in case you're now joining us here on PSA TV, this is the Wake Up Call. On set, I've got with me the founder of AV Concepts. We're going to toss to a really short break, and when we come back, we'll continue our discussion here. Stay with us.